The real action yesterday was in the yen, which jumped more than 1% after BOJ Chief Haruhiko Kuroda dismissed the idea of so-called helicopter money in comments to the BBC. But the interview was later revealed to have been recorded back in June. The yen has since pared gains against the dollar. Bob Bowers with us, Global Chief Economist at Principal Global Investors. Bob, there's some lesson in this about playing tape items in news, but the overall message for investors, what do you think it is? Is the BOJ ready to do something that is akin to more helicopter money, or is it not at all ready to jump out of that moving vehicle?
I frankly think it's a little too soon for Japan to do that kind of thing. I think they've got some other fiscal stimulus in the works, and I think that'll come through. I think the helicopter money or the perpetual bond that Ben Bernanke mentioned a week or two ago when he was in Japan, I think that may come later, but I think it's too soon for that. I think they're going to try something else first.
There was a lot of fanfare around that event with Ben Bernanke, the so-called specialist of downward ticks, depression, recession. He did sort of indicate or give a message by being there with authorities that there could be something special coming, a rescue that hasn't been attempted in Japan to try and resurrect the message. The yen has seen a real directional change against the dollar. Have investors gotten ahead of themselves on the trade?
I think they've gotten a little ahead of themselves yet. Japan as an economy, if you look at it on a per capita basis, GDP per capita, it's actually done reasonably well over time, but their population is declining, and so flat GDP really over a period of years actually is positive on a per capita basis. So the economy may not be as bad as people think, but I do believe something like helicopter money will come, but I think it'll be more early next year.
In terms of the global situation, I don't expect to get a very positive message from the G20 this week. I guess it will echo what we've already heard from the IMF as well. With that as a backdrop, how can we even be considering a Fed rate hike in September? Well,
I'm not sure we are. I mean, I think the earliest one would come in December, if it comes at all this year. We thought prior to the Brexit and the potential for some negative impact from that, we thought there would be at least one rate hike, probably in July and maybe another one in December, but I've since pushed them back into next year. I think the Fed is really cautious.